That high contrast was going to be enough of a pop in the space to create the drama, but also not have the space feel too dark.
My name is Lisa Santaki. I'm a designer and interior stylist. And if interior design and decor are your thing, hit that subscribe button and follow along.
Hey, today I'm going to be sharing one of my projects with you. It was a small powder room renovation. We transformed something that was very basic and blah into something quite timeless and beautiful. We achieved this look on a relatively small budget and within tight timelines, purchasing everything from in-stock items at the Home Depot to get this tiny powder room into something that was going to be moody and memorable. I'll take you through a lot of the planning and the detailing and my reasoning behind a lot of the selections. Let's get into it. So the first issue with the space was that it was quite small and quite basic. There was nothing going on in the space. It felt very blah, very boring. And for your main powder room that will be serving any guests and you as you're using the main floor, it was very lackluster. The original vanity that was in place was way too small for the space. There was no impact, no visual interest, and not a lot of storage. The space needed storage for additional toiletries, a scented candle, and somewhere to house additional soap and hand towels. Knowing that the original vanity was just way too small for the space, I looked for something that was going to be a decent size up, something that would still work well in the space, give enough breathing room for the toilet spacing requirements, and also provide enough storage and wow factor for this powder room. I found this incredible vanity from the Home Depot online. It had this beautiful little reading detail on the front, and I liked that it had different hardware drillings. It had a combination of knobs and pulls. It also had a little bit more of a detail of a square nosing at the bottom and tapered legs. This gave the vanity more of a furniture style rather than just a standard everyday vanity with a recessed toe kick. I could see this particular vanity was going to be a statement piece. I knew that I wanted to create drama in the space, something a little bit more moody. In order to achieve this, I was going to go with darker walls. Finding this white vanity with a delicate reading detail, open bottom with the tapered legs and all the little details of the square nosing and hardware added enough embellishment and lightness against the dark walls. That high contrast was going to be enough of a pop in the space to create the drama, but also not have the space feel too dark. So this bathroom was a high traffic bathroom. It was going to be the main bathroom for any guests, but it was also going to act as the main bathroom for the outside. This particular residence has a pool, and this bathroom is the easiest to access from the pool. Incorporating these marble mosaics on the floor doesn't just look good, it adds traction to the floor.
So here you can see the flooring that I was talking about. It's this beautiful herringbone tile. This is a marble and it is honed, so it doesn't have a polished finish to it. It is a honed finish, so it's almost like a matte.
That pattern and the grout inlay create a non-slip surface. Anyone coming in from the pool that may be a little bit more wet on their feet would have a lot more traction underfoot. Considering it was a powder room that was going to be the main surface bathroom for pool traffic and guest traffic, dark grout made sense. And
As I mentioned, I went with a darker grout color, and the grout color is so close to the wall color. You can see here, the wall color is Black Fox by Sherwin-Williams. I believe this grout color is charcoal. This is what I was talking about with the varied
It wouldn't stain as easily as a lighter colored grout, and it would only enhance the herringbone pattern. Not to mention, it was an incredible opportunity to bring the wall color into the flooring. I went with a grout that was almost an exact match to the wall color. So in order to achieve this moody look and feel, I went with a dark saturated wall color.
So you can really see how the lighter vanity and the overall lightness of the floor, there is a mix of stones here. We have the white Thassos marble as the main tile, and then there are these warmer tone marbles, this bluey gray, and then light gray veining in some. There's splashes of black in some of the tile, and the darker grout. How this floor, this statement of a floor, really is one of the things that really brings this space together. All these varying colors and the white vanity just really make the space pop. It's the right amount of drama and darkness in the space so that it doesn't feel overly empowering and that you're not fully enveloped in darkness. There is that lightness of the vanity and the floors. There's just the right amount of contrast in here that it becomes a statement rather than it being overwhelming.
I chose to go with the color Black Fox from Sherwin-Williams Paints. I decided to go tone on tone with the walls and the trim. For the walls, I opted for an eggshell sheen, and for the trim, a satin. I always like to elevate the sheen level from the wall color just to give it a little bit more durability. I knew I wasn't in love with the hardware that the vanity came with straight from the manufacturer, so I decided to upgrade this as well and go with something that was brass. I wanted to incorporate both a combination of matte black and brass in the space. I used brass for the towel ring holder, for the hardware on the vanity, and for the toilet paper holder. And I went with matte black for the vanity light, the mirror, and the plumbing fixtures. I don't love matching the metals perfectly in the space. I feel like it looks a little builder grade rather than a designed and curated space. So by mixing these two finishes, it creates a more polished and elevated space. This particular vanity did not come with backsplash, so I had to improvise. Home Depot carries quite a few options for shower gems, and this particular vanity came with a white quartz top. Pretty standard. And by chance, Home Depot carries white quartz gems. The color match was perfect.
Okay, so here is the finished space, and you can see the white quartz countertops, this beautiful reeded detail along the top front panel of the vanity. These drawers are really useful. There's a storage insert within the drawer where you can organize some of the items in here. Another working drawer below that as well for toiletries. I absolutely love how the floor turned out in this space. It feels incredible, it looks incredible, and that dark grout with the dark walls is such a beautiful detail. It enhances the look and feel of the space.
I knew I wanted a backsplash, And the shower jams that Home Depot offers comes in set sizes. By chance, the jam was the exact same size as the vanity top, so I got my backsplash that matched the vanity top, and it all worked out perfectly. For the overhead light on the vanity, I don't usually use fabric shades in bathrooms just because of the moisture level. The condensation from showers has a tendency to discolor fabric shades and also create the perfect environment for dust to collect on them. It becomes quite annoying. However, in powder room bathrooms, because there isn't any moisture from a shower, fabric shades work perfectly. In the powder room, a fabric shade would soften the look and feel. It added that additional soft texture to the space, and as an overall complemented the space. The black faucets had the cross detail on the handles, which I thought was very beautiful for the space, a little bit different from your standard lever handles. And the very thin black metal frame on the mirror added just enough detail without fighting with anything else in the space. The entire project took roughly about a week and a half to 2 weeks to complete, from demo to the finished product, and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. We took this boring blah space and turned it into something that's truly exceptional. The mix of patterns and textures, the color combinations in the space, all give the space this moody and elegant look and feel. It's a cozy yet moody atmosphere. There's one spot that will always look good with a little bit of moodiness. It is the powder room. Be adventurous in that space. Don't be scared to go bold, and don't be scared to do a dark color. It ends up looking fantastic. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.